Good morning from AlphaCars. My name is Tom, coming to you from our Hampton location, and today we're going to be taking a look at this 2018 BMW 540i. This 540i is currently showing just over 46,000 original miles, and if you would like to see a high-resolution detailed photo set, please reference the listing at alphacars.com. There, of course, you will also find a free included Carfax report, alongside a long list of technical data related to the vehicle's remaining tire and brake life, as well as individual readings from each panel using our paint depth gauge. But today I'll take you on a quick condition overview around both the interior and the exterior, as well as showing you some of the more notable features. So starting here on the exterior, at first glance it may appear like it's a black painted vehicle. However, as you can see, once a little bit of sunlight hits it, you get this beautiful shade of metallic midnight blue. It's absolutely stunning, and I think it really fits the whole point of a 5 Series well, kind of, restrained luxury, refined but powerful. It's all just really, really nice and subtle, which I love. So, make your way down the side of the vehicle, looking for any dings, dents, or scratches, any irregularities in the way the light reflects off the panel. But as you can see, make your way down the driver's side. Zero major things to note here. It all looks very nice for the mileage. Now, looking here at the rear wheel, very nice condition, beautiful two-tone wheel setup. So we have that metallic gray on the interior of the spokes, and then the outer faces are that machined finish with that M Sport badge just underneath the BMW emblem in the center. Looking here at the front, another wheel in very nice condition. Only minor imperfections to note, just a couple things here at the very top, but otherwise it's presenting very well, and that brings us here to the front fascia. So looking at the front fascia, condition is great. You can see the headlight lenses are in good condition, and we have those BMW iconic angel eye headlights just behind them. I'm glad this 5 Series still does have the angel eyes, because I think with the new ones it's not quite the same without having that iconic look as you go down the road with your daytime running lights on. So you can see the silver accents in those headlights. Beautiful metallic finish, and they do a great job of accenting this nice chrome kidney grille here at the front. And that is just about all we get for silver accents across the whole vehicle. You do have a couple small ones like on the wheels and like on the door handles just there, but all of your window surrounds, all of your mirror caps are all either painted to match or finished in piano black, just like this fender vent just there. So because all of your silver accents are focused here on the front, it gives it a really good presence going down the road. On these kidney grills, you do have the active grill slats there, so those will open and close depending on the vehicle's, cooling or airflow needs. And that brings us here to the passenger side of the vehicle. You can see the glossy quality of that paint looks great. Looking here at the front wheel, very nice condition. You can see just a small scuff there around 12 o'clock. And now we'll go really close to the body, looking for dings, dents, or scratches yet again. Small imperfection in the paint just there. But otherwise, all the way to the back of the vehicle, things present very nicely. And finally, we have our back wheel in probably the best condition of the lot. It looks almost perfect. So now we're here at the back of the vehicle. You can see some chrome badging, your xDrive badge. So of course, this vehicle is fitted with the optional all-wheel drive system. And then we do have the 540i badge in chrome. On the lower portion of the bumper cover, which is in great shape, we do have this metallic gray diffuser panel flanked by 2 chrome exhaust outlets. So next up, let's make our way to the interior. First thing you'll notice, these seats are in excellent condition here. Finished in a beautiful black leather with some white piping and stitching. Now hopping inside, you can also see the passenger seat in lovely condition. So closing up the door, waste no time firing it up here. Engine fires up extremely smooth. So as you can see, infotainment screen fires right up. If you see any flickering, that's only due to the camera. Here to the human eye, it looks absolutely perfect. So starting just ahead of me here, the gauge cluster is a blend of a physical and a digital display. So you do have those almost 3/4 or half gauges in the physical form, and then they are continued on the digital side with digital needles. So that gives you a bit of customization. Like if I go to the Eco Pro mode, you get some small accent changes. Comfort mode we saw before, and then Sport mode definitely changes them up quite a bit. But it's cool because you still have that physical form that I really like to see, and these digital gauges are very responsive to engine inputs. Looking just ahead of me here at the steering wheel, very cool design. As you can see, the leather wrap all the way around is in perfect condition. We do have some silver accents across the center of the wheel, and all of your controls look great. You also have silver gear selector paddles behind with that ZF 8-speed automatic. Now looking just below here, we do have a heated steering wheel switch there, just above the M Sport badge. Dashboard condition, very nice. All that leather looks great. As I mentioned before, this screen, very nice condition. I'll throw it in reverse so you can see the reverse camera. We also have a full color navigation display, as well as various other functions in here. We also see our drive mode selection reflected here on this screen. You can of course set up an individual mode as well, which is your kind of custom mode set to your liking. Now looking across the dash, we have this beautiful glossy wooden trim carrying all the way across and onto the door cards on either side. And that has some beautiful silver trim to go with it as well. Looking a bit lower, we do have our kind of control suite here. So we have our media controls all finished in piano black. They look great. And then just beneath that, we have our climate controls. I'll actually turn down the fan a bit so we can hear better. We have our climate controls, those all trimmed with a bit of silver, and it looks fantastic. Now down into our center console area, underneath this wooden cover, you'll find some storage as well as cup holders and power outlets. We also have our iDrive controller just there, again, finished around that beautiful wooden trim. And of course our BMW gear selector, very intuitive. Again, if you see any flickering, that's only due to the camera. That is not true representation. It is perfectly steady to the human eye. Looking just there, all of our controls in great condition. And then just underneath this cover, a bit of storage as well as your inputs for media as well as some charging. Looking just above my head, behind those beautifully designed dome lights, we have our sunroof, which looks great. And everything on the whole presents very nicely here in the 540. It's also a bit tricky to see, but we do have the heads-up display just ahead of me there. Again, same thing with the flickering. And next up, we'll take a quick look under the hood and see what powers the 540i. I'll meet you there. All right, so now we're here under the hood of the 540i, and we can see just how clean it is underneath. So taking a look all around the outer perimeter of your engine bay, it all looks fantastic. Those painted portions of the strut towers look great. Looking at the hardware, no witness marks or anything off to report there. Looking at the engine, the actual engine itself, you can hear it idling very smoothly here. All very clean around. You can look down the front of the motor. Nothing strange to report there. So this engine we have here in the 540 is a turbocharged inline 6. This engine produces 335 horsepower and around 332 pound-feet of torque. So it's very balanced, extremely smooth, makes a great noise. And if you ever down the road felt the need for a bit more power, these engines are known for being extremely tunable as well. This has been a very reliable and strong motor for BMW, and they use it across just about every model that you can buy. So next up, let's take a quick look at the second row of seating. You'll find those back seats trimmed very similarly to how we saw the fronts trimmed with that white piping and stitching. It all looks great. Now I hop inside and find loads of legroom here. So I'm about 6'4", and I have the driver's seat in a very relaxed driving position for somebody my size. And I fit great thanks to this clever bump in the back of the seat. Very comfortable back seat, nice headroom, and you can see we have a little control suite for your rear seats. We do have heated seats for both left and right seats, and a lovely view of the cabin just ahead. Also forgot to mention the Harman Kardon sound system in this vehicle sounds absolutely tremendous. So I'm going to open up the trunk here with one touch. Nothing wrong there, that's just a leaf that blew into the back there. So you can see here, trunk extremely spacious. We do have all of your all-weather mats branded with the 5 Series logo, and we have the big all-weather mat for the trunk floor. As you can see beneath there, very clean, everything looks fantastic. And then with one touch operation, we drop the trunk down just the same as how we opened it, and it latches softly into place. So if you have any further questions related to this BMW 540i, please reference the listing at alphacars.com, and there you'll find all of the relevant contact information. Thank you so much for your time, and have a wonderful rest of your day. We hope to hear from you soon. Thank you from AlphaCars.